Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Kennedy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Decluttering has always been more than just a task for me. It's a passion. Over the years, I've witnessed firsthand how a clutter-free space can lead to a clearer mind, a more peaceful environment, and an overall better quality of life. The joy and relief I feel after decluttering has fueled my desires to help others experience the same transformation. Decluttering is a form of alchemy. It has the power to change your living space and your life. Now it's time for me to take my passion to a wider audience with my 10-week decluttering challenge and YouTube series, because I really do want this program to work for you. This workbook is designed to give you an easy step-by-step method of decluttering your house in 10 weeks. The commitment is that you have to use the 10 weeks, and whether you do bathroom, which is week 6, before you do the kitchen, which is week 3, that's okay. Here you're going to get a fresh perspective on decluttering and gain control over your space. So if you're in, click the subscribe button below and you can grab one of my books on Amazon, or just use a notebook of your own that you already have, which is a little decluttering in and of itself. And if you're thinking, Sarah, I'm not going to be able to do this in one 10-week round, that's okay. You can do as many as you need, because we're going to be looking at mindset and planning this week and really get down to the basics. So I want to thank everyone for taking this journey with me, for investing your time in yourself and committing a few hours, a few times a week for the bigger decluttering goals, and 5 minutes here and there throughout the week for those little decluttering goals. So by committing to this, you are making a commitment to yourself and your well-being. Whether it takes you 10 rounds of the 10 weeks or just 10 days, which would be great, I want to help you transform your life. So through this 10-week challenge, I will post videos that will help you to guide you through the process of decluttering step by step, showing you how to create a space that supports and enhances your daily life. Imagine waking up in a home where everything has its place. No more tripping over piles of stuff. No more arguments with family members or feeling disorganization. No wonder why so many people give up before they even start. Even the most organized person can experience clutter. This is why understanding how to manage it is essential. The key is to find a process and to prioritize what truly adds value to your life and what is simply taking up space. So one of the most effective ways to start your decluttering journey is to grab a few garbage bags and donation bins and just go through your house and get rid of the most obvious stuff. Return items to where they're meant to be. Kitchen stuff in the kitchen, bathroom stuff in the bathroom, tools in the shed, you get the idea. Decluttering just isn't about getting rid of things, but it's about taking ownership of your belongings and giving them a designated place in your house. So you won't experience that frustration of looking through piles of clutter or buying something again because you just can't find it. Your space will be organized effortlessly. So the transformation begins now. Let's get started on your clutter crackdown journey. Like I said, even the most organized person can experience clutter. We get mail daily, buy groceries every week, have laundry that never seems to end, rotate out seasonal and holiday items and sports equipment, and these things can become problematic and pile up if you don't have a system in place. So remember, every time you think of a real strategy that's going to help you manage your clutter, that is going to help you in the long run. So let's get started on page 1. The first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna set clear decluttering goals, okay? Decluttering without a goal is like going on a trip without a map. You don't wanna do that. You wanna define why you're doing this. Is it less stress, more space, easier mornings, a carefree living? So basically how you're gonna do that is creating goals like, I'm gonna donate 3 bags of clothes this week. I'm gonna get rid of all the garbage. I'm gonna get my countertops clear by the end of the month. When you have a deadline and a time frame of doing something, you will be able to conquer it a lot easier. You're gonna visualize yourself and you're gonna identify problem areas, right? So figure out the hot spots in your house, right? Maybe take a walk through your house with a notebook and just say, which are the areas that make me feel anxious and overwhelmed? Where do things tend to pile up or get lost, right? You can also take before and after photos to track your progress. So make a list too of a couple hot spots, the front hallway or the kitchen counter, and identify what you want to do with those. So creating a decluttering schedule is a great way to keep on track, right? Because the goal here is consistency, not intensity. You can break your projects into little bite-sized chunks throughout the week, Commit to shorter sessions throughout the week. Commit to a couple longer sessions, right? Because that's going to be really important too. Set reminders for yourself. Put little post-it notes. Today I'm cleaning out the bathroom cabinets. Tomorrow I'm doing the laundry room. You know, figure things out. You can go along with the guide here, but you're going to see in your space where you need to go. You're going to stay focused on where you're decluttering, right? So another thing too is I want you to get some supplies together. Get an area where you can have any bags and cleaning supplies and extra hangers and different containers and baskets. You're going to come across stuff as you start decluttering that you can use for organization. You're going to want to keep cleaning because as soon as you move something, you might find a pile of dirt. You should keep that going, right? And I think one of the most important things is just the mindset. Ensure that you are reassuring yourself that you are doing this for yourself, for a better purpose, right? Self-talk does matter. I want you to try affirmations, right? So tell yourself, I'm making progress, even if it's one drawer. I'm letting go of something that creates space for something that matters. You know, try to keep it as fun and lighthearted as you possibly can. Take a break when you feel overwhelmed and celebrate your wins, no matter how small. A decluttered drawer is a win, right? A garbage bag out the door, donation bin out the door, those are all wins, right? So why don't you take a minute and you can fill in the rest of this decluttering goals and also think about some problem areas in your house. Okay, I hope you had a minute to just kind of think about it or jot a couple things down. You can feel free to share some of your goals in the comment section below if you'd like. And also, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write them down. I can address them in my video later this week. I have a couple of Q&As already I want to get to you. So feel free, we're here to support each other in this community and I want to hear from you. So when you look at the problem areas in your house, you know, these are spots that drive you crazy. You wish you could conquer, like things are piling up. Everybody in your family uses this as a dumping ground, right? Like these are things that will challenge you, but also once you start getting through them and having different baskets and bins for different things, your clutter will start to organize itself naturally, right? You'll create your own rhythm. You'll know what has, value and what you need to keep at hand and what can be stored away, right? Layer by layer, you will be transforming your space. So once you have decided where you want to look, this week, because it's a planning and mindset week, you're just going to write down basically what you want to focus on throughout the week. So maybe it's just looking at your schedule for the month. So really getting in a good mind space to prepare for when we really do get into the individual rooms, right? So you can think about what your day is like on Monday. So for example, as the weeks go on, you're gonna have specific rooms to tackle, right? So look at what your schedule looks like. If you're working all day and you only have 20 minutes, create a task for yourself that is within that time frame. You don't want to be too unrealistic about what your expectations are of yourself because you want to keep yourself going. You want to keep feeling renewed every time that you go back to declutter. You don't want to feel overwhelmed or tired by it. So you just want to start by identifying really the top areas that you can start going into, and then you're going to get momentum, right? It's like a snowball effect, a decluttering symphony, if you will. And like I said, one of the perks is you can find some stuff that you didn't even know you had, right? Like cool containers, cool baskets, some extra Sharpies here and there, some hangers. If you have a label maker, you're gonna wanna get that out. Any sort of cleaning supplies, they can be part of your decluttering journey because you're gonna want to keep your house clean. And once you start seeing the potential that your house has just to be this clean sanctuary space for you, you are going to definitely start enjoying it a lot more. So you're gonna remind yourself that decluttering is a process. It's easy to get overwhelmed and everything doesn't need to get done right now, right? It's not a sprint, it's a journey that you can take one step at a time. And it's not about achieving perfection in a day or week, but it's about making small changes that count over time. Every time you declutter, you tell yourself you're making all these small wins that will add up, right? It doesn't matter if you don't get to everything in one session. You're just moving forward. That's what's important, right? So even if you have a few minutes, just grab a bin, look through it, get rid of some stuff, throw broken stuff away. Just keep going, right? Because every time you release something, it is a step towards a more clear and peaceful environment. It's a chance to free up energy and to make room for what truly matters. So most importantly, remember your efforts are worth it. It's an investment into your future and a gift you are giving yourself. A clutter-free space will bring clarity to your mind, calm to your surroundings, and peace to your life. So when you start getting frustrated, just trust the process. It's progress over perfection, and celebrate every step that you take, right? It gets you closer to that life you want to create. So you always have the option to jot down some notes as you go through the week, anything that inspires you, maybe something that you heard that I said on the video here, something that came to your mind, something that you want to use as kind of your reassurance. I can guarantee you that if you keep going on this challenge, you will have shifted the way that you handle your clutter, and you will get a good handle on it, right? Because you're probably overwhelmed by your clutter, tired of feeling stuck in your own space, and ready to create a home that brings you peace and clarity. So this week, we're focusing on mindset. So it's not just about getting rid of stuff, it's about shifting the way you think about it, right? So as a recap, I want you to find the reasons why. Write down your reasons for decluttering. Is it less stress, more space, easier cleaning? Visualize your ideal space, right? Picture how you want your home to feel and you want it to function. Set those clear goals, commit to a schedule, create a decluttering checklist, and we'll get to more of that as the challenge goes along about, what kind of checklist you can have to get those long-term habits. Make sure you have your different piles in your bins for keep, donate, trash, sell. You can start a journal too to track your emotions and your struggles and your wins to stay motivated. You set realistic expectations for yourself and you will find you are making progress. So you'll be able to come home, know exactly what you want to work on that day, or if you have a day off or if you have extra time, you'll know exactly how to spend your time, right? So instead of saying, I don't have the time for this, say, I'll make time for this because my peace matters. This is what it really is. You have to overcome those mental blocks. Say goodbye to things that no longer serve you. It's not easy, right? But there's a way to do it where you can honor yourself and feel less bogged down by your clutter, right? So planning tasks will help you stay on track and keep that momentum going. So at this point, I just want to thank you for sticking around this long. I think you have a really good way forward this week to think about your mindset and the reasons why you are doing this decluttering. What are your top priorities? How do you want to approach your clutter? Once you start seeing some of this progress, you're going to really feel good and you're just going to get hooked on it. And that's why, as much as it's a 10-week challenge, you do what you can in this 10 weeks because decluttering is going to go long beyond this 10-week period. It's going to keep on going until you don't need anything anymore, which isn't going to be a good thing, right? So it's about always knowing that you're going to have to keep processing the clutter, keep managing the clutter, keep working with the clutter, because it's going to give you that peace of mind and the ability to just live in a space that feels good, right? So there's just a lot of advantages to really tackling and getting on top of your clutter. So I hope this week you can take some time to really get into the mindset, get familiar with your clutter, get established on, what we're gonna need to work on over the next 10 weeks. Starting with week 2, which is going to be tackling your entryway in your living room. So I guarantee you, if you take some time to reassure yourself that decluttering is a process, you're just going to be able to tackle this challenge. So keep yourself motivated. Keep yourself in a good mood. Don't be miserable doing this. Just go with it. It can be uncomfortable, it can be difficult, and it can be challenging, but it is also worth it, which is why celebrating those small wins is so important to keep the momentum going and keep yourself motivated. So if you want to write this in your notes, before we go today, every decluttering task builds momentum and helps me to conquer my clutter and create the life I want. So you can remind yourself that you're doing this for a really big purpose, and you will get through it pile by pile, and I'm going to be here. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss a single video. And like I said, you can grab your copy of my decluttering workbook on Amazon or just follow along with the video series as we go. Have a great day, everyone.